All right, welcome to Impossible Versus Matches, the podcast where we take pop culture characters and pit them against each other. This is our very first bonus episode. This is a special episode. This was suggested to us by an old friend of mine named Zach. He suggested the Xenomorph Queen from the Alien franchise versus John Carpenter's The Thing. Maybe this will be up about Halloween, or maybe it'll be a little bit after. It doesn't really matter, but doing a viewer request, if you want us to talk about something that you think is cool, then comment or hit us up somehow, and we'll talk about it. Join with me is my good friend Drew. Drew, say hello.
What's up, everybody?
And we are going to be discussing the Xenomorph Queen versus John Carpenter's version of The Thing. And we're also going to try and go into who would actually win this. So, without further ado, let's get going. So, right off the bat, I'm in love with this matchup because they're both alien creatures. They both and they both have some sort of way of like a host and then like taking over.
They both have a very parasitic quality to them.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Because like the xenomorph will take on physical attributes of whatever it lays its eggs in. Um, but the thing um will just straight up just assimilate like parts and like the full form of whatever creature it's coming
Yeah,
up
they
as.
mentioned in the film it can essentially like hide inside creatures. You can have the thing inside of you and you don't even know.
Right. So right off the bat, if you were to pick a winner of this matchup, who are you thinking?
Oh, well, hands down, the thing, easy. So easy. It would, in my opinion, I feel like the two did land on a planet together. The thing creature would assimilate into the xenomorph queen.
So I guess I'm going to go for the side of the queen then, and we're going to argue it out. So tell me, what if the thing, what if there was an egg laid in the thing first?
There was an egg laid in the thing.
Yeah, what if it got face
Try
hooked?
create an unholy creature. There's a never like a true form you see of John Carpenter's The Thing. So would it? I imagine it would just come out as some kind of blob of flesh and immediately like shape shifting alien.
So like, if the thing got a face hugger, then would the thing lose?
That's the thing. It would assimilate with the face hugger the moment it came in contact with him. I'm not sure if the face hugger would kind of be able to like impregnate the thing like it does with other creatures. It would probably have to be through like when the thing is disguised like as a like an earth organism.
Hmm. So how would they come together?
Well, the thing is an alien creature.
And so is the alien, the
So is
alien
the
creature.
alien. They both kind of take over planets and cast genocide wherever they go, for lack of a better term. So it's it would likely be an invasion on one of their parts, or perhaps they both go over the same planet like Earth, trying to invade, and they come in contact with each other.
Becomes an alien versus predator type situation.
Yeah,
All right.
whoever wins, we lose.
It's very interesting because they're almost like both the same, and yet they both have like a key difference to them.
It's also a bit of ambiguity to both of them.
Right.
You're not sure where the thing comes from. In the first two Aliens films, they kind of imply, or at least the second, they imply that they're like kind of a infestation, like bug-like. they don't really talk about the origin of the xenomorph.
Right. Huh. It's crazy. It's almost like it's a stalemate.
Yeah.
I honestly thought this would go on a little bit longer. Um,
Well, what I was
but
thinking is if they assimilated, like, say the thing did like fuse with the queen who lays its eggs, I guess that would kind of reach the same conclusion you were saying. Like if a face hugger were to attack the thing, it would kind of create a new breed,
right,
shape shifting xenomorph.
which is terrifying.
Yeah,
Which is
they're both
um,
terrifying on
yeah.
their own. So
So
being combined
mixing them together can only be worse.
and on
Like
a massive scale.
now imagine like the stuff that happens in John Carpenter's The Thing, but now it spits acid. And
Its acid has a horrifying base, like physical form.
yeah, and like the little like mouth the tongue mouth thing.
Can have an infinite amount of mouths at that point. How
Yeah.
whenever you see the thing kind of you get like a little peek of its transformation. It's like a bunch of teeth and mouths.
Oh my god, this is the most terrifying matchup we could possibly have
Yeah.
talked about. Um but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do some Googling. Alien Queen. Alien Queen is quite big.
That's some good stats.
Well, let's see what the Xenopedia has to say about the Alien Queen. They're in all of the Alien movies. Well, Alien Resurrection, Alien vs Predator, all of them. Aliens Rescue. What's Aliens Rescue?
Was that some kind of game?
Let me.
It's a book.
Oh, interesting.
Came out this year. A comic book.
All right. Let's see characteristics. It's big, 4.5 meters in height. How tall is that? Pretty tall. Let's see. Really big teeth. Blah blah blah. It can detect thermal, biochemical, and bioelectric signals with great sensitivity. So could the queen like sniff out the thing if it was like concealed?
I'd say so if it were any other life form. If it's disguised as a xenomorph, it might be like hard to detect. But I'm
Mhm.
thinking if it's disguised as any other life form, yeah, the queen would be able to identify it pretty easily.
Well, if it can detect thermal, biochemical, and bioelectric signals, then maybe the thing would give off like a different signal, whatever that means.
Over my head.
Let's see. Egg laying queen, can sustain gunfire, but um, basically the queen has more armor than the typical alien, so it's tough. So could the thing bite through the queen?
Here's the thing. I mean,
Yes, it is.
it may be able to. Really, I would imagine it would just enter through its mouth or like some other orifice. I'm not sure it would need to bite through its prey the way it does it with humans.
Right. Um, the queen is pretty smart and can understand like things that are not a xenomorph. as it says here. Um, yeah, if the thing was to destroy an egg, then it's pretty much, cut and dry. Because it says here that the Xenomorph Queen is very protective towards unborn offspring. So if you destroyed an egg, then it would attack. But without a base form of the thing, then we don't actually know what the thing looks like. Unless we were to use the 50s version of the thing,
Oh my god.
which
He
is
would get he would get rocked by the
yeah,
Xenomorph.
it's curtains for the 50s version. But we're
He's like
talking
a
about
vegetable monster in that one, isn't he?
he's he almost looks like an alien version of the Frankenstein monster with
Yeah,
like a
absolutely. That's what I've
big
always
old
thought.
he looks like a Star Trek villain. But you can't judge the 50s version of the thing based on the 80s version because they are 100% different movies. They just are set in the same place.
There's actually a real small Easter egg. I believe they reference like the events of the 50s one and the
Hmm.
80s one for like a second. It is technically a sequel.
And that 2010s one is a prequel.
Yeah, the one from 2011. That was
Yeah, that
weird.
nobody wanted that one.
It's a whole nother can of worms you're opening up.
Yeah. Well, we dive deep. That's how we do things. Hmm. Well, that didn't. Well, the Xeno Wiki didn't help me too much, or
XenoWiki.
the Xenopedia didn't help me a lot. But all it really tells me is that the alien queen is stronger than your average alien.
That's
But I
pretty
think it's
strong.
pretty cut and dry that there's no real way to destroy the thing.
Yeah, they've only been able to freeze it, which kind of
Mhm.
just slows it down.
And the Xenomorph um, does not have the tools available to freeze or burn.
Well, hold on there. Now you got me thinking. Let's say the queen alien goes to attack the thing, and the thing goes to bite it or what have you, assimilate it. If it
Mhm.
causes the alien to bleed, the acid might be too extreme of the temperature for the thing to
Oh,
handle. I'm assuming that the thing would be, you know, weak to extreme temperatures. If you could freeze it, you could probably burn it or melt it.
that makes sense. I mean, don't they take a flamethrower to it at the end of the movie?
Yeah, that only kind of keeps it at bay.
Ah, well, the acid, if it was to bite the queen, like when the stomach turns into the mouth
Yeah.
in that movie, if it was to bite the queen, then you know there'd be some acid in there. But they don't bleed acid; they spit acid.
What?
So, right?
I thought they bled acid.
I thought it was their drool.
Nah, that's just gross drool from what I remember. Gotta consult the Xenopedia.
Shout out to Xenopedia on fandom.com.
Come on, man. I'm on the bootleg AVP fandom. But according to this, it's a potent. Their blood is a potent molecular acid,
Ah, okay.
highly
Molecular.
corrosive substance that's capable of burning through virtually any natural or man-made material.
Oh, we might have a tie then,
Yeah, that's something that we
because
didn't consider.
Okay, so the thing can bite the queen, and the thing would die as a result of all that acid because the queen's pretty big. And I'm assuming that the thing could bite through pretty much most things.
Yeah.
So the thing would probably die from the blood acid, but the queen would then probably die from the giant chunk taken out of her.
Yeah, gaping hole.
Right. Now, the the queen also has intelligence, though. It mentions here on the Xenopedia um, that she can communicate with other beings like humans and such, and
Kind of board
understand
the
them.
elevator. They kind of imply more sentience than the common xenomorph at the end of Aliens.
Right. So maybe the queen would be able to have the brain power to figure out. Well, let's say the thing is hiding amongst the xenomorphs. Queen could probably be able to pick it out due to the electro stuff I mentioned earlier, um, and then could probably think of a way to beat it, like similar to how the humans, where it can like think of ways to keep it at bay.
Would be a bit more animalistic, I feel. They both
Yeah,
almost working off of instinct.
probably.
Who
Um,
knows? Is the
but the thing doesn't feel like a thinker.
yeah, that's the thing.
Yes, it is.
Jesus Christ, gotta cut all those out. But in the thing, they it kind of implies that the monster might be intelligent, but only really when it's like possessing a human. Like once it reverts, there's one scene where they expose the thing, and he's like half human, half thing, kind of mid transformation. He's just screaming as they burn him to death. Like once it kind of falls back into its thing mindset, I suppose, like all kind of intelligence goes away. It's a weird gray area.
It's a very strange match. On the surface, it seems pretty cut and dry. Like, that seems like an easy discussion. They're very similar. They're both aliens. They both, have a assimilation, like, parasitic nature to them. But then here we are, trying to figure out what the thing can do, and trying to figure out how the queen can possibly
Yeah,
beat
trying to
them.
determine the ins and outs of all their different attributes.
But I'm I'm thinking that our only possible solution is probably the tie. Because unless the queen
Yeah,
is able to think of a way to beat the thing, like using its advanced intelligence, I imagine that the alien queen is very similar to like the raptors in Jurassic Park, where they can like figure things out and stuff. Like they start
yeah,
opening doors and shit. Um, so I'm imagining it's like that, but nothing too crazy. So I think the only way that we can settle this really is with a tie,
yeah. I
where they
definitely
probably both end
feel
up dying.
just a like a hands down like a battle between the two of them. I definitely feel the tie.
Yeah, because that acid blood is really what is doing it. Because if the thing uses like a very large mouth, very similar like the stomach mouth segment, then that would be a lot of acid that it gets like immediately.
Yeah, like even if it were to like hypothetically eat the alien queen whole, like as it's digesting, all the acid would flow out into its insides.
Right. So I guess what we could say is it's ultimately a draw because both of them would die, but the thing has a little bit of an edge in the fact that it actually actively killed the queen,
Yeah, I guess
but
that
it's
it.
still
It's
more
almost a
of an
kill from
edge.
the grave, I suppose, on the queen's part in that
Right.
scenario.
It's a slow burn.
Now you got me thinking. The Wayland Yutani group in Aliens was, you know, scouring these planets for like life forms that can be used in like biochemical warfare or just as weapons. So it's not outside the realm of reality that the two would meet.
Yeah, maybe that's the scenario, is that they end up finding and maybe somehow containing the thing, and then the
Absolutely.
paths
Yeah.
cross. But that was tough.
Hey, it was tougher than I thought. I
Yeah,
thought
I
that
thought
was
it'd be a little bit
nitty-gritty.
more cut and dry than that, but you know, um, I think the conclusion for our first bonus episode is that it ends in a draw that's caused by the thing.
Yeah.
So due to the high amount of acid in the blood of the queen. Um, Now that is to say, only if the thing can bite through the queen's exceptionally tough exoskeleton,
Yeah.
and then we have a whole different scenario on our hands.
It would have to, enter through one of the mouths and get inside would be the only way if it's not able to penetrate like the exoskeleton. Could be very
Hmm.
bug-like, like a shell.
And that, I feel like that'd be kind of hard for it to get into, but at the same time, the thing can only wait at that point for like the opportunity to strike, because the queen doesn't have anything to destroy it.
Yeah.
Because like
So I feel it'd be a draw unless the thing was able to infect it somehow. Then it would just create a new hybrid race of the two.
oh yeah, if we have the thing Xenomorph Queen where they're mixed together, then the galaxy is screwed.
That's almost a draw within itself.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we have to call it a draw. I'd like there to be a clear winner in this, but I don't see any way that one would be able to
Potentially
survive
best the other, yeah.
survive the end game against the other one. So I mean, maybe in future bonuses we'll have a little bit of a little bit of a more fair contest, or something where someone wins. But until then, I guess I'll have to call the alien queen, the xenomorph queen, versus John Carpenter's The Thing. It has to be a draw.
Yeah, it was too good a pairing. They're too powerful.
Hmm. So I guess that'll do it for this little bonus episode. So I hope people like it, and if you have anything else you'd like to suggest, comment it, hit us up somehow. I'd like to know. I'd like to talk more about these, have a little bit of a debate, a little bit of a character analysis.
Yeah, if you disagree, let us know.
Yeah,
Put
tell
your
us
own
why.
thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, tell us why. Maybe like a really expert alien fan will have the queen win, or maybe someone who only watches The Thing. That's the only movie they watch. Will be able to has analyzed every frame of that film, and can tell us why the thing will win no matter what. But please do let us know. Um, but yeah, I've been joined by my good friend Drew. Drew, where can I find you?
Well, you could find me at After Death Vision on Instagram, or right here.
All right,
We'll be on some more episodes.
of course. All right, well, join us next time on the main show, or maybe another bonus. Who knows?
Good night, everyone.